Believe it or not, this is already day 7 and so episode 7 of our series of Recycling Centre Simulator. So each day is somewhere in the region of between 30 and 40 minutes depending on what you do. So the clock in the game starts at 9 AM and you can work through till 9 PM. And then you can do all your production stuff after that. So we left the last episode in actually quite a good position. So we built a bit of cash. We've employed a trash collector. He'll go out and collect some jobs for us. And we've still got $1,000 there. So let's just have a look at our scrap deals and what we might be able to negotiate. So I don't think that is going to leave us quite enough cash if we were to buy an $800 machine to fulfill all the scrap deals. So I'm going to take all of them and negotiate all of them. Bargain. And then I am going to send our good friend Aaron off to collect one. I'm going to collect the other 3, and that should give us a decent amount of materials to then recycle into quality products that we can sell. Okay. So I think whilst I was talking, I forgot my own rule there and didn't negotiate the price. So hopefully we can save a few dollars here. Do a deal. So potentially I could buy the machine and do 2 of, I think that's what I'll do actually, rather than taking all the scrap deals, because there's 3 days left on that. It'll still be there tomorrow. I am going to purchase the, I think we had quite a bit of metal actually, so I'm going to purchase the metal machine so that once we've gone and done our collections for the day, we can process more materials. So we've placed all those so that the output is out into the yard, and we'll do the same here. So as always, the arrows show where the materials are going to go into. That would mean that anything we produce comes out the back of the yard, and that's not great. So we'll switch them around. That gives us enough space to load up our pallets and maneuver them around. We'll get the job queue. Have I left enough space there to get to the production thing? Yeah. So we'll set the job queue running so we can make pressed metal. It can make up to 100 kilos per run. Oops, I've pressed the wrong button there. And so by popping that into the job queue, that means that every time we throw some recyclables in there, it's going to process up to that value. So we can set 300 going. We can't run it just yet because we've got none in there, but we know that we have some metal over here that we can pop in there and set that going. Now ordinarily I do all this production stuff after 9 PM because the clock stops ticking, and we can only collect our scrap and scrap deals during the working hours. But as we now have a worker that can go out and collect one of those for us, we don't need to worry too much about that. Oh, that's Bentley in the background. That's our dog Bentley, just protecting us from the great British public out there. Okay, so we'll set that running. We're going to ask our good friend Aaron over here which could you do some gathering, and could you go to site number 1, please? Thank you very much. And whilst you do that, I am going to do the other 2. Okay, so let's fill up the van as always. And if we're lucky, there'll be a till in here that we can pilfer some cash out of. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend that in real life. Okay. And we got the garage type layout, or is it like a, what is it supposed to be actually? Is it more of an office? We've got all of the pets seem to be interested at the same time. This must be that time of evening. If you're wondering what that noise is in the background, hopefully it's not too intrusive on the audio, but we do have an African grey parrot who's very interested in the video at the moment. So I'll just collect our materials. Is there something in there that was hidden a little bit, wasn't it? Got it? Yeah. And so hopefully, if you've been with me throughout the series, you'll see that as you go through, you know, the progression does actually add to the game rather than take away from it. So the bits that you can kind of automate or make a bit more efficient, it still frees you up to do the other bits, the enjoyable bits of the game, and it doesn't affect your progression too much. So we'll just collect, make sure we get 100% completion here. Our trash bag is full. Let's try and go for an impressive shot. That was pretty good. Okay. And whilst we do this, of course, we now have a worker that's helping us out, so we don't have to go to all 3 sites. We also have a worker that will not only empty the vans, but also sort the materials into the different types. If you didn't watch the previous video, then our friend Kieran is an absolute ledge with the recycling. So you can literally recycle a van's worth of materials in literally 3 seconds, which is why we pay him the big bucks. It's worth every dollar. Okay, so it looks like we got most off this site. Doesn't seem to be any locked doors that we can get into. There's no till there. So if we drop this bag into the van, that should hopefully show that we've got 100% completion. Oh, we're still missing something. So let's have a little look around the exterior first. Can't see anything there. What are we missing? Only a massive tyre and half a robot. It wasn't very obvious. Oh, and there's something down there by the looks of it. It's a bit sneaky, isn't it? We're going to grab that. That could be a challenge, couldn't it? Okay, we'll grab the robot, because I think sometimes the additional rooms are kind of bonus material. So this might give us 100%. No, it hasn't. So we can't move any of this. So gotta say, it doesn't happen often. I'm not sure there's a crouch button actually. Oh, looked like there was an angle for it then, didn't it? Oh, there we go. We got it. We've got it. So it only tends to be that they're in a place that you can't reach them if it's something that you've thrown and it's kind of glitched through an object. I've got to say that I think I've only ever seen that once. And I've not really mentioned the graphics or anything like that, because on simulator games, you're not really looking for massive, real world graphics, but at the same time, you don't want things juttering all over the place and there to be kind of broken mechanics. And I'm pleased to say that I haven't experienced any of that at all. The production quality is pretty decent. So we'll just go around the yard here. There's quite a bit of stuff over here, actually. It's strewn quite far and wide, actually, on this particular environment. There we go. So that looks like it's most of the exterior stuff collected. So I've managed actually to get quite a number of episodes already in quite a short space of time, which hopefully means that if you found one of these videos and you like what you see, then there's more immediately to hand, and there will of course be more to come. Because essentially, first and foremost, I'm playing games because I enjoy them, and it's not an awful lot of extra effort to record them as I'm doing so. I have been told that I talk quite a lot, so it's not too much of a challenge to talk through what I'm doing. So I'm not kind of preparing Braveheart type speeches to talk through and inspire you through the world of recycling. I'm just kind of talking through the game itself, of course, a little bit more about the channel and the aims for it, and just general gaming stuff, really. And I'd be very interested to hear from like-minded people, because I think that's the beauty of games, is that there's such a wide range that it really does appeal to everyone. It's not really the case anymore that games are limited to kind of tweens and teens. There's many games out there, and actually there's the consoles are quite wide ranging, that they appeal to different types of people. So the Nintendo route seems to be like family gaming type stuff. I mean, although the Switch is good graphically and you can kind of plug it into your TV, it really is about portability and sharing in the gaming experience, where your PlayStations and your X with Unreal Engine, I expect we're going to see another kind of jump in the type of graphics that we're seeing. Okay, so we have collected from our two sites. Aaron's gone and got the other one. With any luck, that's already unloaded. Or do we have to unload it? Let's see. So, The truck's empty. Presumably that's because it's already been unloaded and recycled. So whilst we wait for that to be unloaded, what did we have here? We had metal. Let's get that onto a pallet. Hopefully there's some kind of metal contract that we can fulfill. So that's already in the warehouse. That is a welcome bonus that we can get it straight from the machine into the warehouse. That probably would have made more sense for our initial machines. So a retrospective top tip there is get your machine in that sort of area, and that means that you can unload it straight onto a pallet in your storage area. So we'll shift this out of the way just so that we can get another pallet in there, because we're going to want to sell this as soon as we can anyway. It's not making money if it's in storage. So we can probably pop another pallet down there. Can we get to that? Well, let's move this one. And so today I've had a combination of both things really, in that I have managed to kind of wrap these up into little episodes. So I've managed to capture a day at a time, and also do a bit of reputation building and get quite a few days in, all in the space of a couple of hours. We haven't quite got the range to get these on there. Or have we? Yes, we have. Okay, so that is the stuff that we already had processing, converted into lovely products that we can sell. Let's go and have a quick look at contracts for metal products. Another top tip, if you click on it and it looks to be blank, it might be that you still had it on taken from doing your last delivery. So we have 69 in stock. So let's go ahead and fulfill the order for 48. Oh, I'm not sure 200 is a good price to try and knock it up. 542, nice. Because we bought that machine, we're quite close to the wire with our cash. We were on $17 there. So let's deliver those. That's taken us up to level 6 nicely. So we can now get a new area, a crowbar, a recycling container, and there was something else on there. I think it was a machine add-on. So that's the first time that I've got to that point. That is quite exciting actually. And we've also got some cash. We had quite a bit of metal, so we have still got 21 in stock, but the lowest volume to fulfill is 34. We still haven't got an awful lot of paper, so let's see if we can process some of that. Plastics, we have 21 and we need 30, so let's go and we didn't set him sorting it, but we know he is ruthlessly efficient. So Kieran, if you could sort the waste, my friend. Done. I don't. Oh. Bentley. So we want, we've got quite a bit of metal again, that's good. Let's get that processing. Plastic. Like so. So again, just to say, I am recording this in my home. And we've got some wood there as well. So yeah, as we have pets, if there's activity outside, they're going to be a little bit more active, but I'm not sure that that's going to be too disruptive for the videos, I hope. Most of the content that I will be capturing is going to be in smaller chunks throughout the day around my working hours. But as it's currently Friday evening, yeah, there'll be a bit more activity. Okay, back to our processing. We have, so again, ordinarily I would have taken half filled pallets and filled them, but we just want to get what we can get done in our videos, get it processed, get it sold, so that within our 10 episode range we've captured as much as we can to give you the best understanding of not all of the game's mechanics, but most of them. So we'll have unlocked quite a bit. So you can see it's not kind of massively taxing. Some games are all about like just really grinding and repetition and having to do things over and over and over for hours and hours. And yeah, Cozy Simulators probably fits into that category. And with this, I mean, given that we're going to be capturing essentially 10 working days, I imagine most people are going to get many more than. So, and if we're saying that a working day is around about half an hour, 40 minutes, because I've been kind of motoring through it a bit, then that's already kind of three hours gameplay essentially, and my videos probably have gone over half an hour, and that's just these kind of, I suppose, almost the initial parts. So I do hope it's helpful, first and foremost that it's enjoyable. I'm not expecting to be having people knock down my door just yet asking me to endorse the products. We'll give it a week and see how it goes. But in all seriousness, these things always take time. There's lots of people trying to make content and various different approaches. Some people might want to give their content a boost and pay a bit of money to get them further up the search engines. Some people might get referrals from other established channels. It's horses for courses, really. This isn't a profession for me. But it would be nice, as I say, to build up a bit of a following and know that this reaches some kind of audience. As well as the gaming stuff, probably mentioned this in other videos, I have another channel where it's a bit more of an eclectic mix. So that is, when I say product reviews, I don't mean that I receive products to review. I mean that things that we have purchased and we like, and like to give an open, honest opinion, and I'll do brief videos on that. So there's a range of Ninja products that we have. It's just gone past the summer season, but we had a Phillips Perfect Draft, so you can have pub quality beer in your very own home. I did a brief review video on that, and all the way through to a bit of a summer DIY project where I've trapped myself here, where I upscaled, or what's the word, refurbed an arbor for our garden, because I also do some barbecuing content and needed a kind of semi-permanent home. So in the UK, you're never going to have a permanent outdoor home for a barbecue, unfortunately. Mother Nature doesn't like it. And so it's just more of a kind of area there. So, and then also we're fortunate that we go for quite a few kind of little mini weekend breaks. And so again, whenever I'm looking at those sorts of things, what I'll tend to do is have a look on YouTube first, because you get, like, it's not even just about objective opinions. You can almost physically walk around places before you've ever stepped foot there. So I try and do the same sort of thing. Right, enough about that. Let's sell our products. I'm going to have to stand up again, get nearer to the TV to see what quantities we got. So we have 60 plastic in stock. It'd be nice if we would have had 230s to fulfill. Try to do maths here of whether that's a better price for 432, market price 180, and they're giving that much. Let's just go, because we're on a limited series, let's just go for the largest amount that we think we can get. So 417, let's see if we can get an extra 100. There we go. Pleasure doing business with you. And there's your goods. So plastic wise, we only have 6 in stock now, but that's fine. Paper, we have 23 in stock, and they all need more than that, so we're going to have to do some more production. I thought we had more plastic than that, only 6 in stock. And lastly, wood, we only have 22 and they want 36. And you can see there that they're starting to ask for other products as well. So unfortunately, there's not any orders that we can fulfill. Ordinarily, I would leave the processed stuff in there to make up another order. But again, in the interests of this series and maximising what we have, we'll just sell what we have for the highest price. We can sell 22 to Paul. Plastic. We only have 6. We can get $8 a piece from Jesse. So we'll sell those. Wood. We just sold that. Glass, we have 29. Everybody's pretty much on the $4 mark. So we could sell that. Glass, we just did. Metal, we've got 21, and we can get $9 a piece for that, and sell all that to Natasha. And then our organics, we sold a chunk of that last time, so I'm not expecting we've got too much. We've only got 5. And so we are back up to $1,600. That's enough to either buy another machine or potentially expand our yard. So I could do that, so I could show you on in this series, but it's not visually very different, if we're honest. Is there anything else in there? We do that first. No, there's not much in there. Staff, we already have our workers. There's not anything really much there that we can invest into. We didn't cover licenses, so you can buy different licenses there. Actually, thinking about it, if we go onto the store, then we had a couple of extra options there. So as well as machines, so the standard processor machines, we can now unlock machines that do something additional. So the wood or the paper one will now make a different type of product. Similarly for plastic, machine pressing wood, they're quite pricey, as you can see. Wow, then they really do jump up. So a liquid fertilizing machine is 37,000. Okay, so equipment that we could have, we can get. I'll buy the crowbar just so that I can show you that on one of our trash collections. Recycling container does fill up quite nicely actually, so it's not the worst money that you'll spend. It would have been nice to have got to the point where we can get the robot, so I'm not quite sure whether we're going to reach reputation level 9 within this series. Okay, so that wraps it up for another day. I believe that is episode 7 done. That means we've got 3 more to expand as much as we can. Oh, we did have metal back there, didn't we? So I probably could have fulfilled an order and made a little bit more money. What do we have? That's metal. Tell you what, sorry. Let's round this day off. Oh, that's not metal, that's paper. I'm not sure how much we've got there actually. So in the interests of the video, let's wrap that up there, and I will see you for a brand new day tomorrow. Episode 8. And he leaves us a few, and hopefully that's give you a good idea of what the game's all about, and some hints and tips that you find useful. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you give that video a thumbs up, that's huge. Even more so, a subscription. See you in the next one.